Alrighty guys. Now if you've been watching the videos, they have been released daily, so you might not even know, but for the last 2 days I've been hardcore working. So I didn't even have time nor energy at the end of the day to just log in to play Cabal. Oh wow, this guy looks cool. Look at this. He has a face tattoo and everything like that. J-Led is having some fun. Yeah, that's a nice combination, man. Pure black with a nice staff. I might actually steal his outfit. I don't know. I do not know. So yeah, there I was, just cleaning out my inventory. And this is already cleaned out. Like this. I know how it looks like, but trust me, this is clean. You should have seen it how it was before. And I just randomly stumbled upon the war. And I thought, yeah man, let's get as much war XP as possible. So hopefully today is gonna be a productive day. In terms of we're maybe gonna drop something good. But yeah, trust me guys, missing days during the event does not feel good at all. Just because like we have the Palestra Inferna daily run, I cannot open it while I'm in war. Look at this. Let's freaking go. But yeah, I'm back and I'm happy to be back. Only 8 more people and I can join the war myself. To be fair, it's crazy, because I joined the war as soon as it was available. And I'm still on the freaking waiting list. That's crazy. Look at this one, they're together, it kinda seems like a 2-headed horse. Which would be a cool skin, to be fair, I would definitely buy it. A double horse, 2 horsepower vehicle, yeah, sign me up for that. Also, I was pleasantly surprised that someone used my referral link, so I got 2 vouchers, and the voucher price right now is unbelievably high. Definitely the highest I have ever seen. So I sold it for both of my vouchers for 390 mil each. And that's good, and that's very, very good. It's gonna help me a lot, to be fair. Because now my total, what I have, is at 3 billion, and I used to have 10 billion in the warehouse. Now I reduced it to 5 billion because 10 billion was basically the purchase amount to actually get my +5 rings, which I really, really want. But not only that, I would need at least 20 play Cabal rafts, which currently I have 2. So I decided just to go one step at a time and just focus on 1 ring, and then if we have time, focus on another one. Because keep in mind, I still want to do some more EU upgrades before the event has finished, while the extreme cores are cheaper than normal. And I would love to build a QV7, but for that I need much better option scrolls. And yeah, I literally have none what I would actually need. The only good thing is I do have the bike epic converter, which has a penetration epic option. So theoretically, if I already bought an empty QV7, I could put penetration on it. So that's a little bit of a progress done. Now let me catch up how many of these boxes I have. 73. Man, I've been collecting them from day 1 of the events. And there's only 27 more boxes that we need to collect. And then we'll make like a mini opening video, you know? I don't know, man. Like maybe we can get some good runes. My biggest question is, do level 2 runes actually drop from those boxes? If so, that would be crazy good. If not, well then there's still a lot of like very profitable runes. Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. That I could actually drop from there. You know, mainly like penetration. What is this guy doing all over here? Is there no one? Oh, okay, I see. Let's just hit this one as far away from the procons as possible. It's gonna be much safer this way. Are they coming in? Is she gonna attack? Thinking about it. Yep, she is. Yo! Retaliation! Yo! We punish people like you. Now, obviously, we not punish, right? They're just playing the game and they're in full rights of doing so. But at the same time, I'm also in the full rights of destroying them. You know, I just love to just sneakily farm. And if I see someone actually just attacking like lower level people, I'll go after them. I don't know, it's very fun for me, to be fair, to actually be able to do that kind of stuff, you know? Of course, there's still like a ton of people who can just dive in a sea of procon, and there's nothing I can do to them. You know, my combat power simply is way too low. Wait, do I need to lure this? Oh yes, sorry guys, absolutely sorry. I thought the Procons are still here, but no, it's I'm seeing Procons, Capellas. But is this guy attacking us, or is he just? Oh, he must be attacking us. Maybe we could lure it a little bit better. Aura? Oh yeah, they're definitely attacking us. I mean, I don't mind, really. I'll defend this point up until I can. Look at this, coming in hot. You shall not attack, or you shall, and I'll just kill you. That's what's so good about a wizard. You're not really gonna escape from a wizard, you know what I mean? And that's one of the things I absolutely love. Okay, 1000 points already, 1200 points already. Not too bad. Hopefully they're not gonna attack too much, because I would love to use this opportunity while we have 2 minions on site, just to get some easy points. She's attacking. Full damage, full shield. No, she's actually strong. She's way stronger than me. I mean, at least I can just distract her for a little bit so she doesn't attack all of the others. But low-key, I cannot do anything to her. Okay, she's just taking it. Not even retaliating at this point. Okay, now she's retaliating. Let's go, full defense. But you see what I mean? There's some really strong people. And yeah, it's just nothing I can do. If I was DM, I could, whenever like she steps into the middle, which she's about to do, I could silence her. And that would help a lot if we all group up and try to destroy her. Oh, is someone else attacking me as well? Maybe just her. Oh, there we go, look at this, she is actually dead. Good. We live to see another day. Well, most of us live. Not all. And now we're gonna extend it with the aura. To be fair, we already have a decent amount of points. Oh, whoa, she came back. Let's run a little bit. Wait up until I can heal. There we go. And we go back at it again. Again, literally not doing a lot of damage to her. And she's doing a ton of damage to me. But at least I can always run, alright? And if she chases after me, that she's losing out on so much potential proc and kills. Look at this, she's kinda chasing, kinda not. So yeah, the weaker players we can just destroy. The stronger ones, we can kinda take their focus away from everyone. And now it's looking like it's gonna be taken over. I mean, we might as well just fight. Most of these people we still do like a little bit of damage, you know? Like this blader is way stronger than me, to be fair. But look at this, right? He's gonna hit, and as soon as I get low, just peace. Peace out. Look at this, he's coming over, which is perfect. What's not perfect that I did get silenced there, so I couldn't use any of the defensive abilities. But hey, if he's, you know, focused on me, he's not focused on 50 other Procons, just trying to get points peacefully, so it's a win-win. Also, there's like 16 minutes left, and I'm only missing 700 points, so to be fair, I can do this. I have time to do this. Are they still fighting there? It's mostly peaceful. Mostly, but not quite. This guy is actually pretty strong. Does a lot of damage. A lot, but not enough. We can still take him down if we group up. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, there's another point over here which we could take. Ah, there we go. Seems like a peaceful spot. I'll chill here for a bit until my BM3 is back on cooldown. Off cooldown. Also, like, I have one funny story from work. So currently we are renovating a house complex. And the whole house has 60 apartments, right? Oh, Snooze is back. Man, he's out for blood, isn't he? I'm rooted. Where did he get the debuffs, though? Someone else had to debuff me, right? Because I believe I had DM debuffs. Like, I didn't really check at the moment. It kind of feels like a DM debuffed me as well. Because he won that fight way too easy. I mean, forgive it, he's much stronger, definitely. But still, he shouldn't kill me that easy, you know? He should struggle a little bit more. Anyways, let's try to go to this side. Still have around 500 points I need to make. But it's not a problem, because I do have my BM3. Use all the potions once again. A much better way would be to just use war potions, but I am who I am. You know, this is way tidier for me. I would need to store them like somewhere else, which is really not a big deal, but And I'll just use the normal ones. But yeah, back to the funny story from work. We're basically tearing down the walls of the hallways to open up, I don't even know how to say this in English, to open up the pipes, you know, that run through the building. And one person in an apartment was also renovating his apartment from inside. So he took out the outer wall of his bathroom. You know, the way how it works is there's basically an outer wall for the hallway. Then in the middle you will have the pipes. And after that there would be an outer wall from an inside apartment. So he teared that down to renovate. And I had like this massive hammer, you know, it feels like we're working in like freaking 19th, 18th century. But to be fair, the big ass hammer is like the best thing to knock out those walls. So I do one hit and the wall already cracked. And I was like, okay, this is a little bit suspicious. Let me do it again in the same spot. And what do you know? I hit it and literally the wall just comes flying out. And all I see is a toilet. And I'm like, well, this something ain't right here. You know, this is not supposed to happen. But yeah, like the person, no one was in the toilet at that moment. But, you know, just from a hallway to have a free entrance to someone's house, you know, it's not really an ideal situation. But yeah, the guy knew what he was doing. So as soon as he saw the wall, he's like, oh, are you tearing down today? And we're basically, you know what, we'll tear your wall last. Because it's still gonna take at least 2 days to tear down, to open up all of the hatches. So we'll just leave you for last, you know? So he patched the wall himself with just like foam and whatnot, just for the time being. Because the next day it was supposed to be destroyed anyways, which we already did. But yeah, man, that was a weird... I felt like a freaking Where's Johnny, you know what I mean? Just big ass hammer, boom, through the wall, and then I stick my full head into someone's apartment. Amazed, still looking that I see like a freaking bathroom. But yeah, at least all of the people in the apartment that were working are really, really cool. Usually you always have, out of 60 apartments, you'll have one that does not sleep well. You know what I mean? Constantly gets out of bed with the wrong foot. But so far we haven't met any of those people, so it's going great. And that's why we did a lot of overtime. Yesterday we thought it's gonna be an easy day at work. But man, it was nothing but easy. It was pure physical labor. No freaking thought in your mind is needed when you're breaking down the walls. All you need to know is roughly where the pipes are located at. Wait, is this guy attacking? Okay, let's retaliate. Miss. Okay, he has all of his defensive buffs. Oh, and there we go. And now they're gone. See ya later, alligator. Oh, wow. I think this plus guy is actually very strong. The way he's destroying all of the capellas. Oh, look at this. He's crazy strong. Holy moly. Why did he even back up? He could easily one-shot me. Is he preparing his BM3 or something? He's like, nah, I'll skip you, but I'll take the rest. There's nothing I can do, you know what I mean? Lure him away is like the only thing I could do. Iris is also strong, I know that for a fact. She or he always loves to destroy me in war. Oh wow, look at this, Capellas are actually taking it. Oh, that was unexpected. Hold up, let's check the bonus. Why is Capella so strong? The way wars do work in this game is that if you lose a war, you get a slight bonus for the next one. Alright, so let's take a look at the bonus. Oh yeah, look at this. They have 60% resist critical damage, 20% final damage up, 60% resist skill amp, so basically they're kinda indestructible at this point. Usually when it gets to such a high bonus, they always win. But if we win, we get additional 40% war XP. And I think that's the most fair way to just go about things. Because Prokens is the winning nation. I think we had to win 3 or 4 times in a row for Capellas to stack up such a mean bonus. And they're enjoying the bonus, every bit of it. Look how aggressive these guys are. Okay, let's see if we can help this Fajin guy. Oh, there we go. He helped himself. Is she attacking also? Okay, I want to test out my powers against this blader. Oh, she's much stronger. The good thing is she's never gonna catch me. I can just kind of play around with them a little bit. Look at the massive Capella Rain here. Oh, this guy is strong. He just dives in. Like no big deal. Look at this, I just got one-shotted. It's just a testament of how strong these guys actually are. Okay, so we got our points. There's still 4 minutes remaining. Still maybe enough time for someone else to get their points as well. So what I'll do is just relog and basically just give my place into the war for someone else. And that someone else is probably really, really powerful if they still try to get in when there's only few minutes remaining on the war. Because yeah, if you're super powerful, sometimes you can even just get your points in like 3 minutes or so. Oh, wait, look at this. Okay, that's a pretty good outfit. The one thing that's kind of bugs me a little bit is always this little thingy right here, right? Because I bought a face costume separately, which is probably made for default skin. But when they made these skins, you see they're a little bit lighter. So we do have this little thingy over here. And we can see the same thing for him as well. Because how we, you know, dress with our costumes is we just mix a bunch of bits and pieces. So, you know, we can't expect them to just match up like this. But I don't even know, like, how would, like, a developer would go about and fix this, you know? I think it's just something that's, it's not a big deal. I just leave it as is, I guess. This one is also really nice. It's quite simplistic, quite Christmassy, but it looks good. You know, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue. It's a true holiday outfit, it feels like. For me, this outfit that I brought out is kind of more like holidays. I cannot use it because I'm in mission war. The only holidays thing about this outfit is just the staff. Another one which I'm very happy for. Well, actually, I'm happy of all of my costumes. But this one, just because the staff looks so nice with the purple sets. And if we look at with the Force Wing, I actually have the purple aura around it, which is one of my most favorite Force Wing costumes ever. This one has also like a really, really good Force Wing costume, as you can see. It actually does look like wings, but you also have this like very cool moving piece, right? Because look at this, it's very thin, but it kind of feels like there's two circles reversing each other, which just gives like a really beautiful effect. This costume set is basically just made of random bits of pieces that I had, and I actually managed to make like a really decent costume. So this literally cost me 0, right? I had all of these itty bits and pieces, so I'm very happy about this set as well. But yeah, we're still rocking this one as it's still my favorite, and I just don't get tired of this, you know? It just looks so freaking good. It's definitely my best freaking costume set that I've made. And I don't make a lot of costume sets myself, I just usually find someone who looks really, really cool. Like that guy that had a red aura with like full black outfits, and I just copy other people. You know, because other people are way more talented at this than I am. But I still want to look as good as possible in this game. Like, look at this guy. You see what I mean? Like, clearly they take way more effort to think about their costumes. That's so good, I can just inspect them and just copy everything. Because this one is also like a really nice one. Full blue outfit, I actually like the wings. Normally I don't like butterfly type wings, especially on male characters, but these ones look really nice. I think I can find everything else easily. If you don't know the name, you can always view equipment and go to costumes. Ruler of Stars, Guardian of Light Orb, Ghost Knight Vehicle Costume, Fairy Wings. They're absolutely massive, holy moly. I think I definitely need to do something with those wings, they look cool. And then I have like purple, red outfits, now the blue one if I actually go for it. Let me get my War XP, 25,000, man, I'll never get tired of this. And we get some medals and some compensation. If we won the war, we would get a lot more, but you cannot win every single war, right? I know that I had a little bit of, as you can see, costume points. I think this amount would actually be enough for me to make like a full new costume piece, but I think I'll try to do it off camera because it's just gonna take hours and hours, you know, because it's still like you can get everything in game for absolutely free, but it's still a big amount and it's a big decision. I don't know, I just like to take my time with it, but those fairy wings, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I guess before we start dungeon grind, it's probably gonna be a super long episode. We still need to get all of the weekly shops, right? Because they have had resets. Yeah, everything did reset. So I'm gonna need a ton of dungeon fragments. I wanna get these remnants of battle from here. The Orb of Dragon, I'm not too fussed about. Serum of Earth, though, I'm very, very fussed about. So this is basically a material item to craft one of the best amulets in the whole game. Let's quickly check the market price on it. Wow, it's only going up. Look at this. I marked it as 9.5 million because I did see the first time I actually looked into this item, I found it at 9.5 million a piece. Now it's literally 19 million a piece. The prices just keep growing and growing and growing. So obviously I'm not gonna buy it. I'll try to wait for a perfect moment and see if I can either get back at 9.5 or maybe even cheaper, which seems a little bit unreasonable at the moment. But my thought process is this, that sooner or later, most of the people are gonna get the amulets that they're actually looking for. And then maybe gambling on those amulets is gonna be a little bit less popular because less people need it. And maybe it's gonna decrease in value, but I really don't think so. But yeah, I'm not buying at this price. No way, no how. So if you don't want to buy it, you can always just use your dungeon fragments and we can get 10 of them per week. So I think this and Remnants of Battle is basically the first most important things that I need to get with my dungeon fragments. Then another weekly shop is gonna be at Peddler's, right? And he has these things. You don't need anything special. So as soon as a Tuesday hits, you can just basically buy 3 more of these entries and 1 of this. I think it's crucial that you do it, even if you don't want to run them the same day, it doesn't matter. They don't expire, you know what I mean? So just keep stacking on them as soon as you join the game, pretty much, because it's gonna be very, very useful. This one drops a ton of karma tickets, which are used for your karma runes. If you don't know what that means, it's just basically good stuff, so just stack up. And once you actually know how to use it, or you come to a point where you want to upgrade your karma runes, most likely you're gonna have, you know, quite a few of these. So you're gonna be very happy at that point. And this one, it drops a lot of items for your collection. Some divine converters, which you can also put to collection, or like if you're planning to divine upgrade your items. And also it can drop souls, luminous souls, which are very, very useful for your stellar link. Again, for someone new, you know, it might be super overwhelming, but just collect them for now. And when the time comes, you will be happy. Okay, and the last weekly shop that I need to check out is gonna be the war shop. I love these weekly shops, man. And now in here, since I'm pretty rich in terms of war XP, I kinda wanna buy quite a few stuff in here. So every single week I buy all 3 of these ones. It's just basically materials for runes. These white gold fruits you can actually use to gamble on the monkey. The monkey is available every single day. It has like a secret shop. And this golden fruit is also gonna be used for runes. I'm gonna buy everything. And this is brand new, by the way. We weren't able to do this before. And now that this shop is open and it lets you buy these kind of stuff weekly, I recommend just doing it every single week. Orb of Dragon costs 10,000 war XP. Okay, this one I will buy, but just this one. Remnants of Battle, absolutely take them. Huge value over here. And then Token of... Oh, also AP Savers. I already have a ton of them, but if you notice, they're for 4,000 AP, which is absolutely massive. You can just basically store that AP in the warehouse and just use it for later. I might buy like 5 more of these. Go. The other ones I don't use. I mean, theoretically, you could put your war XP into war XP savers and sell that to make like pretty decent amount of vals. I'm not gonna do it because I want to spend my war XP to actually get some upgrades on my character. And most of it is gonna be spent here on the merit medal exchange tickets. We can get 10 of these medals for less than 13,000 war XP, which, yeah, it's a decent deal. You know, it's been like this for ages. I'm just happy that I'm able to actually buy these tickets. And this is the controversial thing, right? Tokens or retaliation. You can buy 100 of them in a week, which will basically net you 100,000 war XP. Absolutely huge amount to pay. But I do it. If you don't want to buy this, you can always just do the world bosses and get it that way. But especially now that I'm working and my schedule is all messed up and I just cannot afford to just be able to play all the time at like the very specific time, you know, because the world boss happens 2 times a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. So I just prefer to buy these. 100,000. Oh, that's all of my war XP almost. I will only have 100k left, but yeah, I have to do it. I have to do it. There we go. Oh man, the 200k war XP looked so freaking good, but I'll just need to join as many wars as I can to keep getting it. And let me put all of these tokens into my collection. As you can see, a lot of these pages already have it fully done, and this is where it's missing. PvE defense. Go, let's put some in here. I just kind of go order by order from this to this. As you can see, I still have a lot here, which is gonna give me even more defense. Here we have ignore penetration, which theoretically might be better, because I think it's like an attack stat. Resist critical damage. I think it's good, mostly used for probably PvP, but still good. HP, ignore penetration, all skill amp, but as you can see I already put the max amount in here. Ring of Lux, you need it here. Oh, that's so good. Because this is the rings that I'm actually currently, well, wearing. And if I actually manage to get +5 rings, these rings are gonna go to collection. And this is definitely the tab that it's gonna go for. And it's just gonna give me quite a bit of alt skill amp, which is absolutely massive. I think that's the hardest part to complete is this rings. As soon as I get the rings, maybe this one is hard to get, I'm not sure. But all of these cores, oh no, this is the hardest part. Slot extender highest. Yeah, that one is gonna take a while. And for penetration 3, I also put all of the tokens of retaliation in there. Okay, let's put all of them in here. There we go. At least 200 combat power I just gained. And to be fair, like I'm gonna complete all of these, I think after the events, or maybe during even. Here I just need some puny slot extenders, and for the most of other parts I just need to put in the cores. Slot extender high I could also just drop from the event, so hopefully I do. Okay, it's finally time to do some runs. I have some loot boxes, but maybe we'll open them in between while we're doing the runs. Another really cool thing it would be to use those orbs of dragon, because I have 4 of them already. Let's see. Okay, I can actually buy 3 entries. There we go, so that's a good start to the episode. Some Dragon Slates. Again, if you've never seen this before, Dragon Slate is basically like a loot box dungeon. So it's not very hard, but it can potentially pay out massively. The trick is to actually get in the dungeon, is the hard part. And completing it, it's fairly easy. Go, first boss down. Here's gonna be a little bit tricky. So I'm just gonna destroy these guys. Some other minions are gonna spawn on the sides. There we go, these ones. They take a specific amount of damage, as you can see. So killing them might take a long time. When I used to play as a DM, a class that has very quick attack speed in his BM2, I destroyed all of them, but I realized that I can just kill the final boss and they will disappear as well. But you do have to have a lot of combat power to tank these little creatures, because they do a ton of damage. Even to me, look at this, they hurt me easy peasy lemon squeezy. And there you go, final room. This dungeon is super quick. Again, the biggest challenge of this dungeon is actually getting the materials to get in. And these Orb of Dragons, which I have 4 of them, it's basically a special loot box. Look at this, the dungeon theoretically ends right here. This is the last box. And you have 2 basically abilities, or ways you can go about things. Here is just basically gonna end the dungeon, that's it. And here it's a special loot room, which you do need Orb of Dragon to get in. So a little bit of Diablo vibes, right? And then we hit the chest. Let me take the auto loot off so I can see everything on the ground. Okay, ultimate, upgrade cores, nothing special. Seal dual earrings, I'm actually gonna need those for my farming session, so this is not too bad. These are temporary earrings, so don't be too happy about. There we go, another set. perfect. Exactly what I needed. Okay, more ultimate scrolls, potion of experience, crap. I did get a blessing bead for 5 hours, which is just a little buff. Take it. Okay, potion of luck. If this is any good, this is basically the only drop that can actually give us some serious returns. 5 million only. I've heard stories, I don't know if they're true, but you could actually maybe get 1 billion ALS potion. Maybe. I'm totally unconfirmed. Just some rumors that I've heard. But I don't know, it's a big loot box dungeon, so you know, you can potentially get very lucky from here. Because I think just mostly everything drops. You have very low chance, but still, you know, sooner or later it should hit. So I realized that it's like super nice. Did my auto loot... Oh, I had caps locks. There we go, auto loot active. It's super nice that during the event period, when I was still on my holidays, I managed to record more episodes. Because I got few questions on YouTube that basically, oh, you know, you're missing some pieces of the gear that I've already seen you have in your stream. So how old are these episodes that we're seeing? And I would say around maybe 3 days old, because when I had my holidays, I was a little bit sick, but I still, like, I had to stay at home. You know what I mean? Which was the perfect opportunity for me to grind as much as I can. And on my holidays, I played from 8 to 10 hours a day. Yeah, and on average, I filmed around 3 episodes. One episode takes me around less than 3 hours just to film, and then, you know, to edit and whatnot. Oh, piece of Sienna bracelet. Okay, I'll take it. Nothing too fancy, but it's okay. But yeah, what's so good about it is that now I'm working, I don't have a lot of free time. But since I already have videos sorted out for the next 2 days, I can actually just play as much as I want and make like one very, very long episode, which normally wouldn't be a possibility, you know, if we didn't have at least 1 or 2 episodes up front. And it also prevents me from being late. Okay, nothing good here I can already see, apart from... Nah, it's 1 million. I know that you can drop at least 50 million Force Wing XP potions, because this was my best drop from this loot box ever. And I think I'm super unlucky when it comes to this Dragon Slate, because I know people drop like the rarest items in game here. But, you know, sometimes it's gonna hit. It has to hit at this point. This is our last run of this. Next war will be in 2 hours and 8 minutes. So I need to catch this war as well, just to recoup on some of that war XP that I just spent. Holy shit, and I was in the middle of my drink. What the hell? Look at this drop. So we dropped an Orb of Dragon, first of all, alright? Which is the good thing about this dungeon. You can actually drop the item that takes you to the main loot box. But look at this Demonite Apaulo Fighter. Hold up. Man, my guild is gonna be stoked. Because they know I haven't been playing for like 2 days and I just logged in 1 hour ago. So for me to already have such a rare drop, it's crazy. The bad thing is it's account bind, so I cannot sell it. If I was able to sell it, look at this FU, you know what I mean? Because they know I've been only online for like 1 hour. But still, at the very worst case scenario, I can use it for my collection. And I'd rather use something that's account bind to my collection, because sooner or later I'm still gonna need to put this into collection. So nonetheless, it's a very good drop already. Hopefully it's not the best drop of the episode, because we already started very huge. So hopefully we can maintain the same energy. Okay, let's go to the secret loot room. And then again, that wasn't even the main loot box of the dungeon. This is the main one. And from this main one, I'm still struggling to find anything good. Okay, ultimate cores, potion of honor, and not a big deal, these potions of honor. I think they only cost a couple mil. And gold insignia potion as well. Maybe 4 million you could sell that potion for. So nothing too huge. Or at least not nearly as huge as the freaking Demonite Apaulo. Okay, I'm happy, man. I can claim all of the guild treasures over here. We'll have another Lithuanian joining our guild, which is also very nice. Because we don't have many Lithuanians in the guild. I think it's only me and one other guy. And now it's gonna be +1 guy, so there's gonna be 3 Lithuanian musketeers in the guild. But if we do only speak English, when it's like in the guild talk, so everyone can understand and feel included, you know? Okay, strong start, definitely. Sister Abigail, now that's a good name for a character right there. Oh, the Scroll of Ordeal. I think I need to do it. This is like a special dungeon that you don't even need to finish. It's only gonna take a minute or so, because I just leave at the first stage. I think it's this guy that you need to go to. Go. But basically, if you just complete one round of this dungeon, which actually looks very good, and it has like a nice gameplay mechanic, but I'm still not ready to explore this. It's like kind of like a roguelike, right? So we kill, we can move to the next stage, and there you go, you get some kind of bonus. I think all attack up 500 is like the best bonus you can get, and you just keep going, and you get like certain points and what's not. But yeah, now that we have this like events, I rather spend my time just focusing on the events. These coins, I don't know what you could definitely buy something. Gold repair kits, slot extenders if you have absolutely a ton of them. Maybe if you go very far into that dungeon, you're very strong. Maybe you could reliably farm these coins and actually get yourself a slot extender. Karma tickets is also nice, but I'd rather just save and actually get something huge like the slot extender highest. Then another dungeon that you should do at least once in a while is Honorable Warrior Key. Let me take off my BM3. This one is basically a DPS check. And I haven't done this dungeon in a long time, so let me do it. You get like special kinda Baldus tokens or whatever. I was never like super big on collecting them. I just like to do this dungeon every once in a while to see if I can get like a really good score. Okay, 3, 2, 1 challenge. BM3 immediately. Full damage. And that's pretty much it. 2 minutes to hit this as hard as we can. Wait, I don't remember. I think once if I use my aura, it's gonna extend my BM3 by 40 seconds? Because basically I want to have my BM3 for the full duration. Hold up, let's even just use it now. Is it gonna extend? Look at the time here, 50 seconds, 71 seconds. So maybe I could have used the aura a little bit earlier as well. Yeah, I could have used it 5 seconds earlier, as you can see. Still, we're getting like a lot of points. The last time I did this, I think I got less than 3 million, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is definitely gonna be like a huge freaking power increase, because I did upgrade my character a ton. Okay, this time we're gonna reach 4 million at the very least. Hey, I'll take it. I think you can also get like special thingy that you can put into your link effects, and for like a certain amount of time it's just gonna increase your combat power a little bit. But that reward, I think, only comes next day after you do it. And now, before we start the actual grind, there's still one more dungeon we need to do. And this is gonna be from our daily rewards. Key of Mighty Fighter. By far the best feature of the event that we have so far. So normally this is literally the hardest dungeon in the game if you go to the very end, which is super hard to achieve. But what they made here is they basically made it accessible to everyone. They changed all of the monsters in this dungeon to like Christmas type monsters, and you basically, everyone can destroy them in one hit, while you still get the full rewards of this dungeon. So just by doing one run of this, I can stack up on so many freaking rewards. Look at this, just one-shotting all the bosses and what's not. And yeah, normally, like, I cannot express how hard this dungeon actually is in its normal form. So while we still have the events, bro, like, everyone has to do this. And normally I do this dungeon in particular off camera, just because I don't think it's that interesting, you know? Because everyone knows what we're gonna drop here. And whoa, you have to kill these rangers as soon as they spawn. They basically give you a ton of these elixirs of myth potions. And we'll use them later on to basically gamble on some really good stats on our myth mastery. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. And I think it's literally the best part of the event. Because even if you don't have time, just log in once a day and freaking, you know, just do this dungeon. You know, you're gonna get so much progression out of it. It's crazy. And I hope that proves a point of how tired I was actually after yesterday's work of just knocking down walls all day that I didn't even log in to freaking do this dungeon once. It's still unacceptable, man. That's way too good to pass on. But just to explain the system here briefly, we do have an infinite resurrection system in Play Cabal. I think in all of the other Cabals you still have it, but I don't know, I think Play Cabal is objectively the best place to play this game, because they are the ones who revived this game from being dead. If you play the official servers, I usually try to warn people, especially new players, not to go to the official, because it's just gonna ruin your experience of this game. Since they made it, well, official was always only pay to win. Only pay to win. The only way you play this game in official is with your wallet. Here you can donate if you want to, and you're gonna get rewards for it as well. But the big difference here is everything in the game is farmable. Whereas in official, it's definitely not. And I think if you're an experienced player, you might still enjoy the official. But if you're a new one, don't do it. Just go here. Everything is so much easier in here. And it's still pretty hard. You know what I mean? But it's like freaking 5 to 10 times easier than official. It just shows you how incredibly impossible official servers are. If you maybe play like 10 to 12 hours every single day, you're still not gonna make more progress than someone who can just spend 30 euros, 40 euros a day on the official. While in here it's a completely different story, you know, even if you spend 30, 40 euros a day, which who even has that kind of money to begin with? Someone who plays 10 hours a day, they're still probably gonna have more than you. You know what I mean? There we go, this one is completed. Happy days. Okay, let's start to actually grind. And we'll start with the 30 runs of Awakened IC1. I hope you guys are not completely tired of just seeing the same runs over and over. But I think this is like the most profitable run to do while the event is on, because it's very quick dungeon. For me, it only takes a minute to clear, and it actually has some good rewards, and the rewards are actually stacked up by the event as well. Let me just use these potions real quick that I got. As you can see, they give me a ton of experience. I get to level 100 very easily, and I can actually do a resurrection. Boom, just like that. And if you just clear that dungeon once, I think it's like 4 resurrections, which is absolutely massive. Without the event, you would struggle. You would struggle a lot to get so much of these Elixir of Myth. There we go, much better. Okay, may the luck still be with me, man. Already a very huge drop I got, but that was just like crazy lucky, to be fair. But if we do a ton of these runs, you know, 30 chances of actually getting something good. I think the best possible thing that I could get here is an ultimate bike scroll of like a really good stat. That could be max crit rate, that could be crit rates, penetration. I'm not sure if there is an option like that, but if there is, it would cost a ton. And during the events, it's possible to get these ultimate bike scrolls even from this dungeon, which is like, look at this, how quick. It's crazy quick. We did get a bike, which is a good drop. I'll take it. Keep on going. But yeah, my strategy for the events, because the event basically gives you another drop once you kill the last boss of a dungeon. And there's, I think, 4 maybe tiers of dungeon rewards. So like low, mids, high, highest. That's probably it. Maybe even like an ultimate grade on like the hardest dungeons of the game. But this dungeon actually falls into the highest category, which is tier 4. So yeah, there's 5 tiers then. And it's incredibly quick to do. So for the whole event, I've just been spamming 3 dungeons repeatedly, because there's 3 dungeons, oh, perfect core high, I'll take it, that I can basically do in less than 2 minutes, which is Awakened IC1, Awakened IC2, and EUP. So naturally, these are the first dungeons that I will always start my day by doing. You know, get those out of the way, and then if I want some more, you know, then maybe I'll go for like longer dungeons and what's not. Maybe I'll get better luck on different dungeons. But these ones are must do every single day, if you have the ability. And yeah, before this event, I was also farming kinda like crazy, because I wanted to build up my character up to a point that I can farm a lot of these dungeons quickly. And man, I'm not disappointed. I think I already took like a ton of value, you know, from this event, and I'm about to take more. All I need is just a little bit luck. one really big drop that's gonna give me so much alts that I can actually just buy a ton of these Play Cabal rafts and exchange them into my +5 rings. My cat wants to come and sit on my lap, but the interesting thing, my cat does not like me making videos. She prefers if I stay quiet all of the time. So she's just lurking around waiting for me not to say anything, and she's like, okay, video is done, let me sit on your lap. Because if she comes on my lap and I keep talking, she actually just runs away. I don't know, maybe she hates my voice that much. Come on, Kisa. There we go, I got her on my lap. I'll try to be a little bit more quiet. Maybe she's gonna settle. But yeah, my cat is very lazy and she prefers that I be lazy as well. She does not like me see me working. Ane, Kisa. I think being a house cat is literally the best animal that you could be. Just chill, all the food comes to you, you really don't have any responsibilities. Back in the day, yeah, you had to hunt mice. But I think my cat would... Oh no, she's running away. There we go. But I think my cat would be disgusted by mice. You know, it's like, ew, I ain't eating that. Why even bother catching it? But yeah, the good thing is we don't have mice, so there's really nothing for her to do. At least the dogs serve some kind of purpose, you know? At best, my cat could be classified as emotional support animal, but that's literally like an emotional support only when the cat itself actually wants to. If you're feeling down, but cat has some other interest, she's gonna take those interests over your interests. Trade my Force Blader gear to Wizard, DM Blader, Force Archer. So pretty much anything but a Force Blader. 8 Earth Stones, these are really nice. It's basically an 8 million extra profit. Because you can sell these stones, look at this, I have 107. I can just NPC them for 1 million each. So it's like a huge, even if you don't get anything, you get a lot of like passive alts that you can make here. That's why it definitely pays to farm as much as possible during the event. Remove fireworks. Man, I actually kinda like it. Fireworks is basically an empty drop that doesn't do anything apart from you can just place it on the ground and it's just literally fireworks, you know? I don't know, I like it. I don't mind it at all. And I have a ton of them, you know? It just brings you in a little bit more festive mood. Okay, another bike. It's always good to see. This you could just sell on the open market for around 10 million. Or you can extract it and use it for like special materials. And those materials are actually very useful. So that's what I do now. I just extract all the bikes that I get. And we'll see, maybe on the last days of the events, if we have some money left over, we could just buy them massively and just store them for later. Because the price is definitely gonna go up after the event finishes. And it finishes on January 26th or 25th. So there's still a lot of time to go. Ooh, Extreme Core Pockets Premium. This is a very, very good reward. I'm gonna need a ton of them. It's very nice that they actually always drop in stacks of 12. Just extract all of the equipment. We'll keep on going. Okay, I just now realized that I didn't use my earrings. Go. These are gonna make me a little bit more powerful for a short duration. That duration is 10 hours. So it's gonna be more than enough for today at the very least. Okay, after this run, I will have 300 dungeon points. So I think we should gamble just a little bit after this run. And I'll show you what I'm gambling on in just a second. Bike parts, but it's only level 2, unfortunately. If it was level 5, that would be a huge drop. Oh my days, someone actually dropped a Dragonium Apaulet. Holy moly, I spent 17 billion to buy mine. EOP, wow. This is one of the dungeons that I also do daily. I lost all hope that I could actually just drop it. So I did buy it. Now I kinda hope I'm not gonna drop it because I bought it already. This is insane, got Play Cabal Raft and Dragonium Apaulet in one day. And people call me lucky. I've never been this much insanely lucky. It took me at least 10-12 days of hardcore grinding event, plus all of the savings that I had, to afford this exact freaking Apaulet. And someone just dropped this plus a Play Cabal Raft worth over 1 billion in just one day. Okay, so this is what I'm gambling, the Honor Medal. This is basically almost perfect system. All I need to do is exchange these 3 slots into critical damage, if I get lucky. And after that, these 2 slots into intelligence. But yeah, this one is gonna be very easy. So the only remaining challenge is actually this one. But the hardest parts were these 2, which are already done, so happy freaking days for that. Oh man, and I just used all of my AP as well to put into the AP savers. Okay, let me do a couple runs just to gather some AP. Wow, Dragonium Apaulet from EOP. I genuinely thought it's impossible. You know, I thought maybe you need to do the highest dungeons in the whole game to even have a chance of such a rare drop. Kinda makes me optimistic. It means that I could theoretically drop +5 rings as well. What are the odds of that happening? Slim to none. Slim to none, I would say. But it is possible, and that's more than enough for me, man. And yeah, that Demonite Apaulet that we dropped at the start of the episode, I would say it's around maybe 10 times less valuable as the Dragonium one. So if I drop 10 Demonite Apaulets, I would say, okay, I kinda dropped Dragonium Apaulet at this point. Man, that's insane to actually freaking drop it from EOP, which is a dungeon that for me takes like minute and a half to complete. And I try to always do 30 runs when I can. And that's just absolutely mind-boggling. I hope I don't drop the Dragonium Apaulet, but instead of that, maybe the +5 rings. It would save me a ton of alls, man. Oh, there we go, Essence Rune Box Gold. I will take it. So only 26 more of these boxes left to go. And we can make an opening video. Okay, another blue bike. Happy days. And we have 11 runs of this. Go. Okay, look at this. I got a Crest of Sky Epic Converter box. It's this one over here. A box that contains Epic Converter that can be used on the Crest of Sky. So these ones are actually really good. Hopefully this is basically a loot box that could potentially be very good. I don't know, we might even open them on this episode, we'll see. Okay, look at this. Someone in the guild actually needs XP. And I have a very good method of helping like new players. I basically can buy a certain item which is gonna transfer all of the XP from me to that person. And not to mention I'm already kinda strong, so I can do like big dungeons at like a very big level to make sure that this guy from 166 is almost gonna reach level 200 just from one run. I'll show you how I do it. Oh, he's already in the channel. So we're gonna use these little gemstones. What they do is basically increase the difficulty of a dungeon. And for this particular one, we can actually go to level 3. It does not increase the drop, but it does increase the amount of experience. Oh, hold up. Oath of Sacrifice. There we go. Enable for the target that doesn't exist. How about now? There we go. He accepted it. So now all of my XP is actually gonna be transferred to him. Which is cool. I don't really need XP that much. And it's just gonna level him up like crazy. Look at this. Already level 170. This is by far the best way to freaking level someone up. I call this strategy the Chunky Express. Look at this. This guy is already 183. And the serious XP stages didn't even start yet. Yeah, the reason it's so efficient because he's getting literally all of the XP from this very hard dungeon set at level 3 difficulty, the max difficulty available for right now. So just one run of this, it should set him up for more levels than he needs to, which is very nice. It's both like time efficient for me because I only need to do one run to level up pretty much anybody. And it's kind of nice for them as well, you know, because they don't need to spend like hours upon hours on this entry. Just once is more than enough. Look at this, 189 already. So now we're gonna encounter basically the first strong boss of the dungeon. And it's gonna be compiled of 3 bosses that do quite a lot of damage and can knock you down very easily. So I'll use my max damage over here so I can kill them as quickly as possible. They do spawn one by one, but if you don't kill them in time, since every single one of them, look at this, has really big chance of knocking you down, imagine having 3 of them at the same time. You're almost always getting knocked back. That's why I like to use all of my damage on them. Okay, now bit by bit serious XP is gonna start. Okay, and now another serious boss battle is gonna start. This time against Tempus. Okay, so immediately full damage. We wait a couple of seconds, and this is where I'll need to use my defensives. There we go. This boss is especially tricky because he can silence, suppress you. There you go, look at this, I got suppressed. So there's nothing I can do. And then he actually does pretty good damage. The only thing why I didn't take any damage is because I used my most powerful defensive skill. It only lasts for 10 seconds, but it basically gives you immunity to everything during those 10 seconds. You're quite literally unstoppable. Okay, this is another stage that's a little bit difficult. Don't be fooled by my full HP bar, this is actually a hard stage. They can suppress you, reduce your defense, so it can be quite dangerous. And like suppression is super dangerous because the way I as a wizard survive is I do damage and then I lifesteal off of that damage, and that's why you see my health bar almost always full. But if I cannot attack, I cannot lifesteal, and I don't have like insane defense or whatever. Okay, now we go for the last stage. Big damage, we'll use Spirit Shield. This is where I actually need to try quite a bit. So, first I kill the middle boss. Then I go for this guy. This guy can debuff you, which I don't want. And the boss in the middle, as we saw, is the one with like suppressions and what's not. So also very, very scary. Then I focus on this one because he can knock you down, as you can see. There you go. Here I actually take a lot of damage. So if I didn't have my defensive skills, I would be in quite a pickle. And then just finish them off one by one. Then the dungeon is complete. And this guy is 195. That's more than enough, because he can use XP potions to get himself to level 200. And then he will start his overload journey. Okay, so we did earn a little bit of AP. We can actually just gamble a bit more. If I just get at least one critical damage slot right here, I will consider myself lucky. Oh, and I got it. Wow, okay, that was quick. Let's go for another one. Still have a few scrolls remaining. That was actually very lucky because we only had like, what, 15 of these? That's not a lot. Only 2 more slots left to fill with critical damage. And my honor medal is gonna be mostly done. And then I'll start using my DP for like other stuff. This is why everything here is farmable, because you can exchange pretty much anything with DP. And you get DP just by doing dungeons. Okay, let's continue the grinds. Already a good day. Freaking Demonite Apaulet. Also, we got some extra critical damage. Now all I need is like a good drop that can actually generate me quite a bit of alls. I would absolutely love to start buying these Play Cabal rafts once more. I cannot drop them myself for the life of me, so I resort just to buying. And those are super expensive. It's a special event item, and it goes for 1.3 billion alls, which is an enormous amount of alls. Basically, that's what you have to collect if you actually want to trade into like one of the best equipment in the game, which is like Dragonium Apaulet is already one that I got. I still can't believe about the guy who just dropped it. You know what I mean? I spent freaking weeks farming and saving alls for it, and someone just drops it like there's no big deal. Man, if I can actually drop one of the +5 rings, that literally would be the best thing for me ever. Because then I could definitely use my leftover alls. Well, I would need to farm a bit more to buy another ring. And then all of the alls that I have left after that, while the event is still active, I would use for other stuff like extreme upgrades, maybe even purchasing a new bike. Extreme Core 11, that's good. That's actually really good. I'll take it. Not as nearly as good as Play Cabal Raft, but it is good. It just goes to a point why it's free to play. Because even with the fattest wallets in the world, you still cannot outdo someone who just repeatedly grinds. Because one Play Cabal Raft is 1.3 billion. If you want to buy that amount, it would cost you like at the very least 30 euros, if not more. Someone who dropped a Dragonium Apaulet, that's worth 17 billion. One of the freaking rarest items in the game. So imagine how much you would have to spend financially in order to just buy it with your wallet. It's gonna be an extreme amount. Where in official, it's completely different. You're If you drop something that huge, okay, happy days for you. You know, you can actually sell it for a lot, but in the official, it's completely different. It's like 10 hours of grind would be way less worth it than, let's say, 10 euros. Way less worth it. And especially knowing that adults play this game mostly, if there is kids, they're very few and far between. Yeah, you know, everyone is just gonna go for the freaking just go to your day job, work for an hour, and just buy 10 hours of grind. While in here, it's not gonna be doable. Essence Rune Box Gold. That's a good one. That's a good one. So 25 left to collect? Something like that? The reason I'm so happy for them is just I wanna get 100 of them as quickly as possible because I'm so eager to open all of them. Hold up just a second. Bike Option Scroll Ultimate Ignore Resist Critical Damage. It's not one of the best slots, but it's still good. Every single piece of Bike Option Scroll that is ultimate, save it. These are actually so hard to get. Unfortunate thing, like the slot itself is not the most ideal for me. If it was critical rates or like max critical rates, bruv, this would be worth billions. It would literally be the biggest drop I've ever had in my career. It's Ignore Resist Critical Damage. It's not that good, but I know that it's actually a useful stat for PvP players. So maybe someone would actually want to buy off my hands. So we'll see. I just made a shout that I want to sell this scroll. I'm not expecting a lot of interest at all, but maybe someone is gonna reply. It would be crazy if someone actually bought it for like billions. Like, look at this. Someone wants to buy a Bike Ultimate Scroll of critical damage, but no one wants Ignore Resist critical damage. Oh man, that's why this event is so special. Just one drop could completely change everything. Yeah, if I get like a 9 billion drop, holy freaking moly, man. Holy freaking moly indeed. That item would not even touch my inventory. I would sell it so fast, so fast. And I would use the alts to buy the Play Cabal rafts and guarantee myself the +5 rings. Okay, 30 runs of this done. I already have a dungeon in mind that I want to do, but before that I want to see where it would be best to put the Demonite Apaulet that we dropped. There's gonna be in collection, and there's gonna be a lot of slots that want this Apaulet, but I want to put it on the one that's most useful to me. I'm not joining our guild dungeon just because we have more than enough people for that dungeon, and we actually have more people than we can actually house, right? This dungeon can only house 25 people at a time, and we always have way more that want to join. So I just leave the reward for others. Look at this, I can put Archidnum Apaulet, which I also dropped, and it's actually very, very cheap. I also need Mithril and Dayframe here. I mean, it's a PvP stat that I would be getting, which I'm not really interested in, but just for sake of curiosity, let's check the price of those. Should be cheap. Okay, so we need a Mithril one. 8 million. Yeah, I'll buy it. And we need the Dayframe one. This might be expensive. Oh, okay, it is. This one I'm not gonna buy. Oh, I need actually a ton of Mithril Apaulets. At least 3 of them. All go for PvP stats, but why not? Let's just get it done with. Yeah, because look at this. Maybe I got it when they're still cheap, because after I buy this one, the next available one is 10 million, cheapest option. It just feels good to complete certain stuff in the collection, even if you don't really need the stats. I mean, we are fighting a lot more people in war, so yeah, it's not that useless. Okay, I could put Demonite Apaulet here, PvP defense. That's it, that's the only place I actually need it. Okay, well, at least that made the decision easy. There we go. In PvP, we'll have a little bit more defense, which is nice. I guess we can open a few of these. I think I have 3 of them in total. Let's see if we get anything big here. HP, and additional damage. We can check in the open market if it's worth anything, but I don't think it will be. HP is literally worthless, and additional damage, kinda worthless as well, to be fair. Just check it real quick, maybe collection needs them. If not, we're just gonna NPC them. Yeah, you can NPC them. Okay, so we're obviously gonna do EUP because one of our guildmates dropped a literal Dragonium Apaulet from there. Oh man, would I love to drop it. Not the Apaulet, but the rings, just because I already bought the Apaulet. It would feel a little bit weird because I spent so much resources to actually buy that Apaulet. And if I drop it, it's probably gonna be account bind because it comes from the event. So I won't be able to resell it. If I could sell it, that would be 17 billion easy. And just for perspective, the biggest single drop that I got in this game was Slot Extender Highest, which I sold for 3.3 billion. So yeah, quite a bit of a difference. Extreme Core Pockets Premium. There we go, another good drop. Oh no! If this was an ultimate scroll, if this was ultimate scroll, I would have been rich. Oh, man, the highest scroll is not nearly worth as much. I mean, it's still useful, don't get me wrong. I think it should still be considered a good drop, but it's really nowhere useful. I can see that I have 2 more boxes. Let me just gamble them to make myself feel a little bit better. Man, if it was an ultimate scroll, I don't know how much exactly I could get, but maybe like 5 or 9 billion, you know, which would be the best drop I've ever gotten. Critical damage. Okay, wait, let's see if these are worth anything. Maybe they should be? Oh wow, 90 million each. Oh wow. Well, that's good. Okay, that definitely sets me in a much better mood. If only it was freaking ultimate. That's okay. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. At least one good scroll during this event. I'm happy. Okay, another Essence Rune Box Gold. Bit by bit we're collecting them. Feels relatively soon we will be able to actually open them. What, 24 more to get? Extreme Core level 12. Very, very good drop. I'll take it. Extreme Core level 12 is the best Extreme Core in the whole game. But yeah, we're still gonna need a ton of them. You were the reason I started playing here. Thanks for the content. Literally the best thing, man, I could hear. Oh, resist critical damage. What is happening, man? Again, don't get me wrong. I'm super happy that I'm actually dropping bike ultimate scrolls, but none of them are the ones that are like very valuable, you know what I mean? Resist critical damage, ignore resist critical damage. Why can't I just get critical damage? I don't know, but it is warming up. It is warming up. 2 ultimate bike scrolls already. And it has to be only a matter of time when I actually hit the stat that I want. Because then it's gonna be very difficult to decide whether I keep it for myself in order to build a really good bike for myself, or I just sell it for loads of owls and use those to get my rings. I think if it's like max crit rate, critical rate, maybe even critical damage, maybe I will keep it. I'm not sure if penetration is even available. If so, it has to cost a ton. Okay, a blue bike, I'll take it. Okay, 16 runs left. Also, I wanna give a shout out to Westbrom. It's a company that makes really cheap electronics. It's not sponsored, unfortunately, but I mean, their electronics is cheap, so you know, if you would like to sponsor me, I wouldn't mind. But no, the thing is, I bought their headphones, the earpieces, for 10 freaking euros. Just in my local supermarket. It was 20 euros and it was just discounted. And to be fair, for 10 euro headphones, bruv, this is next level. I'm so happy that I actually bought them. Because before I used to have Samsung earbuds. And for those I paid like 110 euros. So basically 11x the amount. And honestly, I really cannot tell for the quality between the two. At least the sound quality, it's exactly the same. Like, even if we were to give edge to Samsung... Ooh, Extreme Core Pocket Uniques. Let's freaking go. That's super good. It's basically like 2 Extreme level 10 cores. But yeah, even if you made the assumption that it's maybe just a little bit better, like if you have really good hearing, maybe you notice the difference. Like, let's say if West Brom was 9 out of 10, then Samsung will 10 out of 10. But obviously I don't think their headphones are 10 out of 10. And that comes from a Samsung user. You know, I use their phones. I think the phones are spectacular. I still have S23 Ultra, and it's still going beyond any of my expectations to this day. But their headphones suck. Absolutely, man. I think I broke them in the first year that I got them. I didn't even drop them, nothing like that. Just the case that has to charge them broke. Then it's also very, very hard to clean them, and they will get dirty after a long time, you know? It's either gonna be earwax or it's just gonna be some rubble, like very thin pieces of rubble, you know, that gets in, and you actually have to use like a freaking knife to actually clean them. And as soon as you're gonna clean them, once you put them back, they're not gonna be exactly the same, you know, because it's not gonna be sealed or anything like that. And cleaning is even not the biggest problem, because you only have to do it like once every half a year, maybe. One of those headphones just stopped working. So the charger stopped charging one of the headphones, and then I just kinda left them dormant for about a year, tried them once again, and then it did charge. But it only charged them once after, like, I ran out of the battery. Same issue. One of them charges, the other one doesn't. Or if it does, it charges at incredibly low pace. Like, even in a week, that headphone is not gonna charge. It's somehow it's very, very broken, but if I set it in the case for like half a year, I'm sure it's gonna be full battery once again. And it does feel like the case feels heavier, but genuinely, like, I'm never gonna buy Samsung headphones ever again, for that matter, you know? Because the quality does not represent 11x the price to Westbrom. So yeah, shout out to Westbrom. I think I use their mouse as well, just because I just buy the cheapest equipment I can. For a mouse, I also don't need much. As long as it just literally works, it's already good for me. Man, my cat is so fussy. What she's doing right now is just a bunch of nonsense. I don't know if you can hear the noise she's making. She basically jumps up some kind of furniture and tries to jump down with her full weight to make as big of a thud as possible. It's in a protest for more food, which her greed just sickens me. Today all of my animals had the premium food, which, you know, I cannot afford to buy every single day, and it wouldn't even be... well, it would be still good for them, you know, but their normal food is already like very nutritious and what's not. The premium is just like once every 2 to 3 days. Like the dogs get the canned food instead of just regular dog food, and usually a bone or some kind of treat, while the cat had basically this long freaking meat sticks. It's supposed to be a dessert, plus also like premium cat food that cost a freaking ton. And my cat is like super picky. She only eats from one brand, and obviously that brand has to be the most expensive one in the whole freaking cat food market. And her normal food is also premium as well, because she just won't settle for anything less, so she won't eat. So I have to always, like, for one of my cats, I spend way more on food than feeding 2 of my dogs. And keep in mind, the dogs are like freaking 5 times bigger than the cat. My German Shepherd is like 10 times bigger, if not more. So yeah, the dogs are always grateful, and the cat is just like, you already gave me a treat so early on in the day, now I want some more treats. And she's been like this from day freaking 1. Okay, I only have 10 runs left of this. Come on, just give me one bike option scroll ultimate, and guys, say it with me. Max critical rate, critical damage. None of this resist critical damage, none of this ignore resist critical damage, just give me freaking critical damage. And that one I might just sell, because the way I'm thinking to build my QE7 would be very similar to my PV5. So basically 2 slots of max critical rate, and the 3rd slot would probably just be critical rate? I don't know, if penetration is even possible, and I actually drop it, then yeah, I'll just put penetration in there with max critical rates. What are my odds of realistically dropping these? I mean, they're not bad, to be fair. They're not bad odds. Just need to freaking get lucky. I'm up all night to get lucky. Dungeon fragments, low-key, not even that bad of a drop. Because I do need a ton of these dungeon fragments. So every little bit helps. Ooh, Extreme Core Pockets Premium. Let's go. Already collected around 30 of them this episode, I think. 36, yeah. That's very good. On the last page, I only like to keep the good drops, just so I can see them at all times. So everything else I just put in other tabs. Okay, one more run and we will have 300 more DP, which I think we'll just keep on spending on those Honor Medal reset scrolls. And see, maybe we can get another critical damage slot. That would be really nice. 300 DP. And now we gamble. To be fair, hitting another critical damage within only 15 of these scrolls, it's a little bit of a stretch. We would need to get lucky, but hey, if someone can drop a Dragonium, a Powlet of Sage, I can get critical damage with 15 scrolls. Or maybe I cannot. A few more scrolls left. Nope. I have 2 more scrolls, but I don't have any more AP. We'll need to do this dungeon a couple more times. Still, I already upgraded my combat power for today, so I am happy. It's just like little increases, but every day. And on some days, when we actually use the resources that we saved up, we get the big increases. Like extreme upgrades. Once I actually get all of my crests, that's gonna be huge. The amulet needs upgrading. There's still a ton of things, like bracelets. My default bracelets are low-key not even that good. Hopefully maybe during the events I can upgrade them, but we'll see. First, we're still focused on the rings. That's the most important thing. Plus 5 rings. Get them now and everything else I can just get later. Bike part level 4. Ah, that's almost level 5. Level 5 would have been insane. Well, not insane, but just really, really good. Okay, last freaking run. And all I want is just a bike ultimate scroll of max critical rate. Dungeon fragments. I'll take them. I'll still take them. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. As you can see, like each one of these episodes where we try to fit in a bit more, it usually takes a little bit under 3 hours just to film. And we are a very, very small community after all. So if I could ask you to like this video, as it might help, you know, to increase this traction, even more people maybe come to play Cabal, that would be completely awesome. Because if we can get YouTube to do a little bit more for us, well, then we can just spend more time making videos, you know? But yeah, as always, if you do want to try play Cabal for yourself, I do have my ref link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.